Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Counting on alum Jill Duggar has been getting a lot of attention following her participation in the Unplanned podcast. She and her husband, Derick Dillard, talked about some explosive topics regarding Jim Bob. But what caught many off guard was Jill's revelation about one of the IBLP's teachings. One of the first things Jill talked about in the podcast was how she was seemingly shunned by her family when she began to wear pants. According to the Counting on alum, it was a big deal in the family, and she was jeopardizing her salvation. The 32-year-old has been regularly wearing pants since becoming estranged from her parents. She never withdraws from her decision to step away from their dress code. Jill also surprised the fans after appearing at the Duggar family's Christmas party last year while also wearing pants. However, it seems that there have been changes in the family's dress codes in recent years. Many of the Duggar girls are starting to wear pants during get-togethers. Michelle herself was also spotted multiple times in jeans last year. Jill also talked about another core value that the IVLP taught families. According to the former Counting on star, a husband and wife were not supposed to limit the kids they could have, which seems to be the reason why Jim Bob and Michelle ended up with 19 children. A lot of families would have as many as their body would spit out, she added. Moments later, Jill Duggar was asked if they ever shut down any kids eat free restaurants. Yes, I think so, she answered while laughing. The TLC alum also shared that some restaurants even decided to change their rules because of them. Jill and Derick didn't hold back from Jim Bob during their latest podcast. According to the married couple, they've been through so many obstacles together during their relationship. Some of them are traditional courtship rules. Jill revealed that they actually had a 6-inch rule. She also added that they were not allowed to hold hands until they were engaged, and they didn't kiss until their wedding. Furthermore, Derick said that with or without the reality show, they would still suffer from some of Jim Bob's control. One of which was about isolating them and now allowing them to talk about the show or their finances with any other people. After reviewing financial documents that were sent to her, Jill Duggar has accused her father, Jim Bob Duggar, of lying to the IRS. While appearing on the Unexplained podcast, Jill Duggar and her husband, Derick Dillard, revealed the truth behind how much money they made from 19 kids and counting. There were things being continually hidden, says Dillard. The couple spoke to hosts Abby and Matt Howard about the frustration of getting straight answers from Jim Bob Duggar. There's no transparency. It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission, says Derick Dillard. Once we bring something up that we should have been made aware of, and it's harmed us, it's like, oh well, sorry. We didn't even think about this. According to Jill Duggar, the couple realized that they were cheated out of income when the numbers weren't adding up. Something that Jim Bob Duggar refuses to elaborate on. Basically, it's a lot easier to fess up when you've been caught in it versus going above and beyond to be transparent, Jill Duggar says. You can only claim the ignorant side of it or accidental oversight so many times. We've been screwed over. This is not oak, Jill Duggar told hosts Abby and Matt Howard. Derick's in law school, and a lot of times, scholarships are based on income, and there's been this income that's been reported in previous years that's not reflecting what our true income is. When we've actually seen, we don't know where those checks went. As Jill Duggar and Derick Dillard looked into the tax documents that they obtained, the discrepancy became obvious. It was the principle of the thing. Like Oak, you say that you've changed. You say that you want to make things right. What can you do? Jill Duggar admitted. During their appearance on the Unexplained podcast, Jill Duggar and Derick Dillard spoke about many topics related to their family. They touched on the logic behind 19 kids and counting, and revealed some of the behind-the-scenes magic. They also touched on their former religion and leaving what they consider a cult. In a September interview with People, Jill Duggar didn't pull any punches while promoting her new book, Counting the Cost. "I really do think that IBLP is a form of a cult. I think that even if you remove the person in leadership, a lot of those same values and principles are still being taught, so it doesn't fix the problem," Jill Duggar told People. For her, the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP, offered very little comfort. "I think that's what some people think, like, oh, we've removed Bill Gothard from the situation. It makes everything better. No, it changes and maybe adds a nice storefront to the picture, but it doesn't change the overall principles that are still being taught and held to." Counting on alum Jill Duggar shocked the world after releasing a book that talks about her challenging past with her parents and the IBLP. Since the release of her memoir, many have been curious about what her parents think about it. The 32-year-old has been trying to build a relationship with her family in Arkansas. She even participated in the Duggar family's Christmas party last year. However, the mother of three surprised many after doing a podcast with Derick, where they revealed some shocking claims against Jim, Bob, and Michelle. One of the things she mentioned was their reaction to her book. Keep reading to see what the Duggar parents did to their daughter's controversial title. Jill didn't hold back during her episode on the Unplanned podcast. The Counting on alum shared some shocking details about her childhood. One of them was being tasked with taking care of her younger siblings at the age of 6. The fourth Duggar child also revealed that she and some of her siblings needed Jim, Bob, and Michelle's blessings before they could purchase a house. Additionally, Jill said that she and her dad hadn't seen each other for over a year, though they still cross paths at some family gatherings like weddings and birthdays. Jill also talked about how her parents reacted to her book, Counting the Cost. According to the former Counting on star, she heard that her parents listened to the audiobook version of her memoir, which was released in September 2023. She also explained why she doesn't want to talk directly to her parents regarding her title. "I didn't sit down and have a conversation and say, 'What do you think of the book?'" Furthermore, Jill Duggar added that she doesn't want to create more controversy between her and her parents. "I know that they would probably want to sit down with a therapist or something and just hash it out, but we've tried that before, and it just is not the healthiest way to go about it," she added. Regardless, Jill and Derick admitted that they're still on the road to figuring things out when it comes to their situation with Jim, Bob, and Michelle. One of the biggest things Jill revealed in her book was about how Jim Bob threatened his kids. According to the Counting on alum, her dad sent a message in their family group chat threatening that if anybody spoke out against him or Michelle, they would be cut out of the inheritance. The shocking message was also sent in the same month Counting the Cost was released. It's clear to see that Jill Duggar and Derick Dillard are still making efforts to expose Jim Bob. The Duggar family patriarch has yet to share his thoughts about his daughter and son-in-law's recent actions, but reports are claiming that he hasn't been happy with what Jill has been trying to do.